The Moskvitch 2140, a distinctive model of the Soviet automotive industry, stands as a testament to the era of utilitarian design and practical engineering that defined much of the Eastern Bloc's approach to manufacturing in the 20th century. Manufactured by the Moscow-based AZLK, Automobilny Zavod Leninskogo Komsomola, later known simply as Moskvitch, the 2140 was introduced to the public in 1976 and became a significant part of the Soviet motoring landscape until production ceased in 1988. The Moskvitch 2140 was not just a car. It was a symbol of the Soviet Union's attempt to produce a vehicle that could cater to the everyday needs of its people while remaining robust and affordable. During its production run, the 2140 was often seen as a reliable workhorse, cherished for its straightforward engineering and rugged build. Let's delve into the specifics of what made the Moskvitch 2140 a standout vehicle of its time. At its core, the 2140 was a compact family car that featured a rear-wheel drive layout typical of its era. It was powered by a 1.5-liter inline-4 engine capable of producing around 75 horsepower. While these figures might not impress in today's terms, back then they offered a reasonable balance of performance and economy that catered well to the needs of Soviet drivers. The car's engine was an evolution of previous Moskvitch power plants, benefiting from years of incremental refinement to deliver durability and ease of maintenance. The exterior design of the Moskvitch 2140 reflected the no-nonsense approach taken by Soviet automakers. Its boxy silhouette was the result of practical considerations rather than aesthetic aspirations. The car's body was constructed to withstand the harsh climates and rough roads typical across the Soviet Union, with a steel structure designed for longevity. The simplicity in design extended to the car's features as well. Elements such as bumpers, headlights, and grille were crafted to be easily replaceable, a nod to the practical needs of its owners. Inside, the Moskvitch 2140 was equally utilitarian. The interior was spacious enough to accommodate a family, with seats that were more functional than luxurious. The dashboard was straightforward, featuring analog dials and minimalistic controls. The use of durable materials was favored over more luxurious options, ensuring that the interior could withstand wear and tear over years of usage. Comfort was basic, but adequate, with the emphasis placed predominantly on function and reliability. One of the noteworthy aspects of the Moskvitch 2140 was its ability to perform reliably in varied and sometimes challenging conditions. The car's suspension system, for instance, was designed to navigate the often rough and unpaved roads found across much of the Soviet Union. With a robust coil spring setup and a solid rear axle, the 2140 could absorb the shocks and bumps of uneven terrain without compromising too much on ride quality. The 2140 also boasted a level of mechanical simplicity that made it accessible to the average Soviet driver. At a time when many people performed their own vehicle maintenance, the straightforward nature of the car's mechanical components was a significant advantage. Owners could carry out routine maintenance and repairs with basic tools, a crucial factor in a country where access to specialized automotive services was limited. In terms of its place within the broader automotive market, the Moskvitch 2140 held a unique position. While it was never a direct competitor to the burgeoning automotive technologies and design philosophies emerging in the West during the late 20th century, it didn't need to be. The 2140 was designed with a different set of priorities: affordability, reliability, and ease of repair. This made it a particularly appealing choice for the Soviet middle class, as well as for export to other countries in the Soviet sphere of influence. The Moskvitch 2140 was also part of a larger effort to modernize the Soviet automotive industry and promote domestic manufacturing. It was produced during a time when the Soviet government was investing heavily in industrial growth, and cars like the 2140 were seen as a step towards reducing dependence on foreign imports. By creating a robust domestic vehicle manufacturing sector, the Soviet Union aimed to provide its citizens with greater access to personal transportation while also showcasing the capabilities of its own industries. Despite its utilitarian focus, the 2140 did see some iterations over its production life. These included the introduction of minor aesthetic and mechanical updates aimed at keeping the car competitive. For instance, later models of the 2140 featured improved brakes and updated electrical systems, as well as slight enhancements in fuel efficiency. These changes, while not revolutionary, demonstrated a commitment to refining and improving the vehicle within the constraints of the Soviet economy and technological capabilities. As the 1980s progressed, the automotive landscape began to shift, both globally and within the Soviet Union. The Moskvitch 2140, while a stalwart of Soviet roads, faced increasing competition from newer models and imported vehicles that offered more advanced features and modern design. Despite these pressures, the 2140 continued to hold a place in the hearts of many Soviet drivers, valued for its dependability and simplicity. The end of the Moskvitch 2140's production in 1988 marked the conclusion of an era. It was succeeded by the Moskvitch 2141, which aimed to bring a more modern design and improved performance to the forefront. Yet the legacy of the 2140 endures, remembered fondly by those who drove it and appreciated its straightforward charm. Today, the Moskvitch 2140 holds a nostalgic place in the history of Soviet automotive engineering. It is often celebrated by car enthusiasts and collectors who appreciate its historical significance and the role it played in everyday Soviet life. The 2140 serves as a reminder of a time when practicality and resilience were the cornerstones of automotive design in one of the world's most influential nations. In conclusion, the Moskvitch 2140 was more than just a car. It was an embodiment of an era, a vehicle that fulfilled its purpose through a blend of practicality, reliability, and simplicity. As we reflect on its legacy, the 2140 stands as a symbol of the Soviet Union's industrial aspirations and the unique approach to automotive manufacturing that characterized much of the 20th century behind the Iron Curtain.